So we are in green light and cars are getting onto track. So the big news this coming into this weekend, there are two stories. Um, One fallout from last week's race between in the collision between Russell, I mean not Russell, Russell winning because Lando and Max tumbled and got into basically got into a they had a collision on a lap, and that eventually took out Lando, and that dropped Max ultimately with his penalty to fifth place. See, Andrew is here in chat. We have four drivers, rookie drivers on the field right now. So Ollie Behrman's going to be in the Haas for Hulkenberg. A driver called Franco Colapino is in at the Williams for Logan Sargent. Isaac Hajar is in the Red Bull for Perez, and Jack Doohan is in Alpine for Gasly. So three of these drivers are F2 drivers. Ollie Berman being he will be the F1 driver next year for Haas. Um, Franco Colino is an F2 driver for MP Motorsports. He's currently P5 in the F2 drivers. Isaac Ajah is P2. He's about 11 points back off the lead. He's currently P2 in the F2 drivers. And he's one of the Red Bull juniors that's coming up. Like Lawson's another junior. That's one of them. Not sure which McLaren I'm looking at. Um, I want to say it's Oscar, but I could be wrong. Um, but ultimately, what they have aero rakes on the car, so they will be out on track. We just see it is Norris. Okay, so I was wrong. It was Norris out on track. Behrman Haas will also be driving. No, he's only so the four drivers I just mentioned, Behrman, Colapino, Haja, and Doohan. They are in FP1 only for the FP1 rookie requirements that each team has to do. So we've got four here at Silverstone. Uh, you guys are looking at the stream. Those are looking at the stream and looking at the weather. Um, yes, the sky looks angry, but ultimately we won't see rain in this session. That could be a potential later today. Definitely more likely tomorrow is what I've been hearing in terms of the weather report and the likelihood of what weather impacting anything. We're looking at Jack Doohan, who's on track right now. Behrman is on track. Doohan is on track. So the only rookie who's not has, and he's the only one not on track as of yet, is the Red Bull, the Hajjaj, who's in Perez's car. Oh, who are these new drivers again? These are the FP1 rookie replacements. So Ollie Behrman is going to be the F1 driver next year with us. So Mudak Dia saying, "Can we have three British drivers on the podium this weekend?" That would require, again, what he's asking for is to have Norris, Hamilton, and Russell all on the podium. Jose is yelling that we have a yellow flag. And track is clear. So basically, when you see a yellow flag happen and then it resolves back into a green flag, basically means someone went off the track and came back on. So this is someone who went off in sector 2. We should get a replay in a moment from the. And Hajjaj is now coming out. So all the rookies are out on track. The only ones who are not, well, actually take it back. Franco is in the pits. Russell's in the pits. Stroll's put to Albon pits. Everyone else is out on track. Why is Behrman in free practice? Because he is considered a rookie driver still. So this is an FP1 rookie driver. Again, Ollie's in for Hulkenberg. Franco's in for Sargent. Isaac Hajar is in for Perez, and Jack Doohan's in for Gasly. How many red flags? None yet today, RS. My red flag counter is back to 0, unfortunately. It is not likely that these rookie drivers will cause an incident. They're out there to get experience. They're out on most likely hard tire. Where's Liam? He's probably somewhere in the track. He is the reserve driver for Red Bull. Yeah, it's still too early for me to shoot that lightning bolt out, Jose. Where's Liam? But the issue with Liam is that last year when he refilled in for Ricardo, he did 3 races, which makes him no longer eligible to take these FP1 rookie sessions. Behrman's only a 1.3 off the Tsunoda's 1 point. So Tsunoda's done a 29.864, and Behrman just did. He's about again. He's on hard tires, which is again got to take into account. He's about a couple seconds. Yeah, 2.1 seconds off, which puts him in 11. Don't get me wrong. That's actually pretty good given the state of where he's on hard tires. He's not in his. This is not his car. That's actually a good performance from Behrman so far. We just had Hamilton go to a 129.095. Austin's gone to P3 with 130.103. Again, this is FP1. Times here are not representative of anything. More basically bragging rights if you're at the top of the board. They are, again, if you're out here getting data on various, like how is the track performing and whatnot. Will women start racing F1? This is a project they're working on. I mean, this is the reason why they have the Formula Academy, is to promote and to develop female talent. I mean, yeah, there have been female. I mean, we're talking about racing again. Where I think that I'm taking the question in terms of when will the next female come to F1? And unfortunately, the best talent that the F1 community has produced is Jamie Chadwick. She's over here in the United States in Indy Next and actually performing well. So we have another yellow flag. Let's see if it resolves. Really, a red flag? What's going on? And it is Yuki Tsunoda beached. Yeah, it doesn't. So the issue is that Yuki is beached in gravel. I'm stuck. Yuki says, "You are definitely stuck." It's not that bad news. It's the car's not damaged. He's just stuck in gravel. Oh, he's getting out. Oh, he's getting out. Why is he getting out? Oh, I guess he's turned off the car. That's not good for Yuki. Yeah, I don't know. Yuki's done. Yuki, what did he do? Yeah, he just lost the back end. Why did I have to strike again? I'm the harbinger of red flags, my friends. Why would I not strike? I'm disappointed when there's not a red flag. So here we go. One red flag already this weekend. We are 10 minutes into this session, and we've got 49 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in this session. We have a red flag because Yuki beached his car in the gravel. Where is Yuki in the map? I think they took him off already. Yeah. So you will see cars still on track. That's because they're coming around and they're coming back to the pits. What happened with Tsunoda? He beat his car. That was his session is over. If a car is crashed fully when qualifying, it is likely traditionally that car, if it's like truly crashed. So we've seen it with I believe Sargent, well, not Sargent, but with Schumacher, Mick Schumacher. We saw him crash his car in qualifying or before qualifying, did not qualify and did not run the race. How is Pedro doing? He is 16th right now. He basically has not really set. He's not really set a time. Well, he set a time at 32 second. Again, it was probably affected by the red flag. Where's Perez? Isaac Kaja is in for Perez. Yeah, and that's a case of someone else crashing their car and then taking someone else's car. That's a bad example of what I'm talking. Well, that's a bad example for that one reason. But ultimately, that Williams did not have another car to build. Didn't have the chassis to build so that Logan could go back out, or they rebuild the car for essentially didn't build the car. Didn't have the car built for Albon. So when it's more that each team has to have a junior driver join a practice session in each car at least once during the season. And the crane is out and is now moving Yuki's car. We should be back green running in about 2 to 3 minutes. We're pointing out the penalty point system right now. Alonso, Sargent, Stroll have 8 penalty points, and Magnussen has 10. All 10 of those points for Magnussen have come this year. That's why that there alone, it basically if Magnussen were to be, if what happens to Magnussen, basically, if Magnussen were to get a ban, Behrman would be the one in place to take his place as the reserve. He would be the reserve driver in that case, and that's been the case for several races now. We now know Behrman is going to be in the Haas next year, so it's one of those. Even if K Mag got a race ban, would he come back as another? That's a big what if. So what happened? Yuki with 10 minutes ago in the session, Yuki decided to beach his car in the gravel. It's being pulled off the track right now. We've got about a few minutes before we go back to green flag. We're running. No, he did not crash. I want to make sure that Taco and Vahon, you said that Yuki crashed. He did not crash. He spun and then got stuck in the gravel. And they are just getting his car past the um, the gate. And they're having a hard time. It's a tight squeeze. Fortunately, there's a lot of people around that area as well. That's not making things easy for them. The curves. It was a matter of overspear. Yeah, we got about a minute before the session will start again. It says track is clear. They'll be opening the pits in about 1 minute. Wayne, you pointing out that the weather tomorrow and Sunday have we've got conditions for rain potentially tomorrow and Sunday. We won't should see anything in that regards today. We have got 44 minutes left to go in this session. They are lined up on the pit lane to go out. I believe that is those. I believe that's a Merc, then Aston Martin. That's Max Verstappen coming out third onto track. So they're coming all back on track right now. The other V carb is coming out. So that would be maybe Daniel. And there's the other Mercedes. Nope, nope. There's an Aston Martin. We've got Ollie Bierman in the garage at the moment. He is in the car. They're doing some sort of setup change. Wheels are off the moment, but that's to be expected. Doing something. Let's see. They're showing a replay of Ollie. Ollie went a little wide. Not too far wide. Oh, okay. There's a so Ollie's back of his car was scraping the ground. So yeah, guys, don't yell at Jose about it. He has reason to use caps. What displaying the colored bars? Okay, so when you're looking over at the driver information on the timing chart, so you've got the sector one, sector two, sector three times, which is the time in that particular sector, and then you have bars, and those are the subsectors of the track. So we take in the sectors and split them into smaller sections. So again, blue is car was in pit lane. Yellow is not an improvement in the time. You will also see red, which is a much worser time. A green bar means that the driver has improved on their time. And then finally, a purple is basically they've gone the fastest. Garen said Brett Pitt is there. Something about movie filming for the racing, the commentary said. I don't know if they're out on red bar for Tsunoda showing where he crashed. Okay. I don't know. Last year they did do filming with they had an extra fake team in the garage, and I believe that is Max, and he's got Floviz paint on the back of his wing. So they're doing some sort of Floviz. So for those who don't know, Brad Pitt is part of a project to do an F1 film. Hamilton is one of the pieces. So Lewis Hamilton is one of the producers, executive producers, backers of that project. And this is a film that is, again, Brad Pitt is the lead, is one of the producers as well as the lead actor in that film, and it's set to go to, I believe, Apple TV next year. Last year at we've got who was that was Lando losing control of his car on keep saving it. Yeah. Brad Pitt will be driving Trading Motorsports. Bottas just jumped to a P9 with 129, I believe, 899, I believe. So right now, with 39 minutes and then 30 seconds to go in this session, Russell's top of the board right now with a 128.156. Verstappen is second with a 128.370. Hamilton is a 128.5. And then Leclerc is in the 129, so 057. Science is fifth with a 129.168. We go down to Bottas is the last one in the 129s, and then we got 130s and then 111s. In terms of the rookie drivers right now, Oscar just jumped up to the P8 with a 129.118. Behrman is 13th. He's just got moved up. Doohan just moved to 13th. So Behrman's 14th. Franco Colino is 18th, and Isaac Hajjad is in 19th. And these are pretty much. Let's see what we can do. Norris just jumped up to 15th behind Behrman. Again, these drivers are out here getting their experience with the F1 machinery. Again, what's really interesting for them, they're gonna jump out of the F1 machine when this session is over, and then head back to the F2 pits, and then do. I believe they're doing their quali today. We've got 37 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this session. I know my time is not matching up the stream. I'm going off of my F1 TV stream at the moment in terms of time, so it will not match up with what you see on stream. Again, you're listening to the Racing YouTube channel. This is Grash with you, with giving you live action of what's going on, talking about what the. So we just had Ricardo go 9th, and then Norris go 10th. Hulkenberg just took 10th from Norris, pushing him to 11th. We have had one red flag already this session when Yuki decided to beach his car in the sand. He is out of his car and he's done for the session. Stroll just jumped to 6th. Russell just set a new fastest lap of 128.156. Bierman just jumped to P5 with a 128.660. That's good. Stroll is just coming to 6 underneath him, 129.047. That's a good result for Bierman being in the top 5 right now. I want to take a moment to point out we do have a sponsor this weekend. It's Jacked Candy. It is a frozen freeze dries candy. They are shipping in the United States. I don't know. I haven't gotten an update whether they're doing any other shipping outside of the United States, but they are in. They're a company in Washington State, so they're in the northwest of the United States. Omosh asking, "What is the origin of my name?" I became Grash in college over 20. No, almost way too long. Where did Magnuson go? Behrman's in for Magnuson. No, Magnuson's still on the track. No, wait a second. Hulkenberg's on track. Wait, that's not right. Let me check timing sheets. Hold on, Craig. I'm trying to. I thought Hulkenberg was out. Come on. It's taking her the load. So right now, Behrman is P7. He was at P5. He's been replaced by both of the Ferraris, but only by a difference of less than a tenth of a second. That's pretty amazing. What's up with the F1 timing? So someone's asking where K Meg is, and I thought the reporting earlier said that K Meg was supposed to be for Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg's on track and K Meg's not. So it looks like Behrman's in K Meg's car apparently. That's not what was reported. So we do have again, four rookie drivers on track. Ollie Behrman is in apparently for K Mag right now. Franco Colapino, and I'm butchering his name, my apologies. He's in for Sargent at Williams. Isaac Hajar is in Perez's Red Bull car. And then finally, Jack Dune is in Gasly's Alpine car. Again, Jack Dune is the reserve driver for Alpine. He's not in F2. He's not racing F2 this year. He's just a reserve driver. Isaac Hajar is an F2 driver. He is currently P2 in the drivers. And Franco Colapino is P5 in the F2 driver. He's tied with basically P4, P5 are tied on points. He's got the other driver has the advantage in that. Where's Perez? Hajar is in Isaac Hajar is in his car. And if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly, you please put a phonetic description of his name. Zach Brown of McLaren family is here this weekend. That's interesting. Um, that is interesting. He's here. I guess this is the more important. So again, this weekend we've got F1 going on here at Silverstone, and we've got IndyCar racing at Mid Ohio. BA is short for Bierman, Ali Bierman. He is in for, we believe, K Mag. He is going to be a rookie driver on the grid F1 next year for Haas. That was one of the things that was he signed his contract with Haas officially this week. Alonso just jumped to P6. Again, I'm not really focusing much on times because this is FP1. The times here are not representative of anything. Um, Track is green. There will be some track evolution, not as much as other tracks, but there'll be some. Who's Haddad? Again, he's only in for Perez for this. Again, the four drivers that are the rookie drivers are going to be only here in FP1. Perez, K May, Gasly, they're all going to be back in FP2. Again, Haddad is an F2 driver. He is again currently P2, and he's in the Red Bull junior system, like Liam Lawson's in this junior system. You've got just past 30 minutes in this session. You are listening to the Racing YouTube channel, and this is Grash with you, bringing you action for FP1. I want to thank Jack Candy, the Freeze Dried Candy Company. They are out of Washington States, which is in the northwest of the United States. So just the West Coast before you hit Alaska. COL is short for Franco Colapantino. I'm pronouncing his name horribly. My apologies. He is an F2 driver for FP Motorsports, and he's currently P5 in the F2 drivers standings. He's even on points with the P4 driver. No, Behrman's not racing this weekend. He's just in for the FP1 rookie driver sessions. What happened to Lando? Lando is just P11 right now. I mean, this is just FP1. Do you have something more specific about Lando? Why they're on the pit? Because they're probably doing some sort of setup change. And again, we've just gone halfway through the session. So again, I thought Ollie was replacing Hulkenberg. He's apparently replacing K-Mag today. And Hulkenberg just came out of the pits. Yeah, give it a moment or two. I mean, like Russell's coming out, Leclerc is coming out. We just saw K-Mag, not here, Hulkenberg come out. Why is Stroll in P5? Because he did a P5 time. It's just times on the board. Science right now is a P1 with 127, 925 is the only one in P1. Why is Pando P11? Because he's probably doing something like race related, race run, testing for performance. There's so many reasons why he's not doing the fastest possible lap possible right now. We are using the 3 softest tires, so the P3, P4, P5 tires are the tires we're using this weekend. Yeah, there's a lot of settings. There's a lot of drivers I've ever seen before. Many people asking, thankfully, again, the 4 drivers in particular, they're here in for this session, but we'll get all our regular grid back for FP2. Top boss just did a P5 time. Stappen just went to P1. He did a 127.764, so he's the second one again, the 127. There we go. We are getting tired information on for you guys. Looks like Behrman did his times on a soft tire. So right now, Behrman is top of the rookies at P8. Yeah, the other rookies are at P17, P18, P20, but they're all on hard tires, and that's to be expected with the other rookies. They're going to give him a hard tire, go out, work the car, get experience. Bierman being up in P8, being up on the board there, he's now P9 because I believe Clerk just did a P3. He went out on a soft tire, and that makes sense because he is going to be the Haas driver in probably potentially maybe that car. Where's Checo? Checo is out of this session for a rookie driver. It's a requirement for each team to run a rookie driver in each car during the season. So Checo, Red Bull is getting Checo's car requirement out of the way right now with Hajah. Oh. Again, why are you not saying Bierman is a rookie? He's not. I mean, he will be a rookie for next year for his first full season. We've got Max with a 127.764, Russell with a 127.774, and then we've got Leclerc 127.903, Sainz with a 127.925. So those are the top four drivers in the 127. Hulkenberg doing a P. Hamilton is P5. Hulkenberg is P6. That's notable. Ocon is a P7. Bottas P8. Stroll P9. Oscar P10. And Ollie Bierman in for K-Mag and the F1 driver next year, P11. Head of Alonso, P12. When is FP2? I believe it will be 2.5 hours after FP1 ends. We should be back 2 hours after this session, and I will be back for FP2 within 5 to 10 minutes before the session starts. Will Grash take a power nap between FP1 and I am trying. I am probably not going to because the last time I did take a power nap, I did not wake up for FP2. But then again, I was also sick that weekend. I didn't know it. I woke up, FP2 had been over, and then I went right back to bed and didn't wake up for another like 8 hours. Jose, what are you saying? Lando's still miffed about the crash that week, so he's not coming out in protest? What are you doing? Are you trolling people? That's quite the troll answer. Probably is Grover saying Max Verstappen grows, start, gross. You guys do it. We max dating right now? Huh. Yamada, Jugan pointing out, I'm sad Rossi will leave Arrow McLaren next season. So those who don't know, McLaren has an IndyCar team. They've got 3 cars on that team. And except for Pato, it's pretty much been a Ferris wheel of drivers coming in and out. They had Theo Porcher, and they dropped him for another driver. Hey, Royce, bit late, got off work. You haven't missed much. You missed the red flag. Pretty much is where the biggest thing you probably missed. We've got Oscar now at P1 with a 127.631. Apologies, two laps on a soft tire. We got Max, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, and Sainz in the 127s. We've got 4 drivers in. That was weird. We've got 4 rookie drivers in for this session. We thought that it was reported that I just got rid of him. He turned around and told him to stop spamming himself. Uh, there's no. Yeah, guys, don't put in false information and don't ask for drivers to crash. So Ollie Behrman is in for K Mag. We thought he was supposed to be was reported for Hulkenberg apparently. Franco Colapitino, I can't pronounce his name. My apologies, everyone. He is in Williams Sargent's car at Williams. He's an F2 driver for FP Motorsports. He's currently P5 in the F2 drivers. Isaac Hajar is in Perez's Red Bull car. He's the F2 driver for Campos Raider. He's currently P2, 11 points behind P1. And then Jack Goon, who's in Gasly's Alpine car. He's a reserve for driver for Alpine. CG game, HAD is Isaac Haddad. And he is, again, a Red Bull junior driver. Drives for Campos Racing in F2. He is in, like, again, someone's asking about Perez. Hajar is in for Perez for this session to fill the F1 rookie driver requirement. Seriously, don't care. Actually, saying seriously, I don't care about the McLaren's getting a podium in Silverstone. I like the Mercs to be on the podium 1-2 as recommended. I that's your opinion, I guess. Why is Hajar so slow? Because he's got a hard tire. He's got to learn the F1 equipment. I believe Norris just jumped to P4. For those who are worried about Norris, he's on a soft tire now, doing 127. I wouldn't take stock in much that Hajar is in P20, or that Colapino's in 18th, or Dunas in 16th. Oh, Jack Doohan is the one. That's the other one I would be more concerned about because he's the reserve driver. But I I don't think Hajar has been in the F1 car. If he has, it's been a while. So he's driving a car that he's normally does not drive. The braking points are all different. Speeds are different. Braking points are different. So he's basically just learning the car. And the fact that he's out on track is more important than his time. Would Red Bull like him to be better with his times? Absolutely, but he's just not in the car that he's not in the car that he understands. He normally runs. We've got 15 minutes left to go in this session right now. You are listening to the Race Q channel. This is Crash with you to bring you action, commentary as well. We're sponsored this weekend by Jacked Candy, the hard freeze dried candy. If you're in the United States, you can get shipping from them. Right now, Oscar is right now our P1 with 127.631. Max or is P2, Russell P3, Norris P4, Hamilton P5, Leclerc P6, Science P7, Ocon P8, Hulkenberg P9, Bottas P10. We've got 4 rookie drivers. Bierman is the best of that group at P12. Doohan is P16. Colapino is P18, and Haja is P20. Where's Perez? Again, he is out of the session for a rookie driver in his car. So Colapino is in the Sergeant William car. Again, Jack Doohan is in for Gasly's Alpine, and then finally Ollie Beerman is in for K-Mag. Piastri is a silent killer, I reckon. Sergeant K-Mag, Perez, and Gasly will be back for FP2. They're only out for this one session for the rookie drivers. I'm saying Max should crash. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, guys. Do not ask for a driver to crash. That's gross. That's poor lack of character on your part. We have standards here. Doohan's getting catty on the radio. Is he having a car issue? That would probably be why. Again, we're using the C3, C4, C5 compounds. So C3 is going to be the hard compound, C4 is the medium, and C5 is going to be the soft compound this weekend. We will most likely see the intermediates or the wets as well, possibly this weekend as well. So I want to thank the 3,000 of you who are watching right now. Again, you listen to the Race Cube channel as we get to almost 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this session. Norris just went P1 with a 127.420, and Stroll is P2, replacing top 2 times now. Stroll did a 127.554. Again, they did theirs on soft tires. Right now, Max is P4, but he's on a hard tire, so he's probably on some sort of race run scenario. And Jose's saying it's a yellow flag, but the track is now clear. So someone went off and came back on. Thank you to Eric, who's here. Again, those of you, like Eric, RS, Jose, Paula, these are all people in green, the green chatters. They have people who've joined the channel, whether they're paying or been gifted a subscription to the channel. They have access to Bryce is another one. Thank you, Rory. They have access to some special emojis that are specific to our channel. Put those in. And those members who are here more than 1 month, each month you are here, you get a free super chat. It's called a Google calls it a milestone chat. I think, yeah, free member milestone. I actually have one now. It's now July. Akanesh thinks Mercedes will win 1-2. Put Lando on 3. You've got the proverbial all British podium that people want. I want to thank those who've given us likes. We've got over 612 likes. Thank you. That does help us with the YouTube logarithm. Stroll cooking, yeah. Stroll is apparently cooking in this session. He did the 127.554 on a medium tire, not medium, on a soft tire. Stroll found the gas pedal. Lando is Flemish, not British. Can you in or out? What are you referring to right now? He's right now P13 on the grid. Zachary had so the Ford people. You're also missing one more. Ollie Behrman is in that list. So these are the rookie drivers who are in for the normal drivers for this one session. To again, this is a new rule, recently rule. But an Oscar. What happened to Oscar? So Oscar's reporting a hydraulic problem. He is gonna manage to get back to the pits. So 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 Oscar basically has a hydraulic issue, has slowed to a crawl, managed to get across the pits and get. And who's going around him? One of the Alpines looks like it just went around him. But yeah, no, he's crawling back to the pits at this point. Your prediction, please. Will Ricardo get a ride next season? It is doubtful right now. It's not. It's not. There's a scenario where I'd probably there's like I'd probably say 1 in 3 chance that he will be back, and a 2 in 3 chance he won't be back. There are scenarios where he can. There are scenarios where Ricardo can return. There are more scenarios where Ricardo won't return. Oscar has stopped. Did he stop? Like, I don't think he's. So pit lane entry is closed because Oscar stopped in the pit lane entry. This. All right. So the scenario we've got right now is Oscar is stopped in the pit lane entrance. And so the pit lane entry is now currently right now closed. Looks like they are moving his car. The marshal's now moving his car. Ooh, Leclerc yelling about Lance. So they have gotten Oscar back. into the pit lanes by Marshall's pushing. So pit lane is now open because Oscar's out of the pit lane. So Rory Bright, do you think the percentage increase of RB family keeping Ricardo if he gets more points considering he overtakes Yuki in the standings? Yes. If he gets more, it's a matter of points. Like Ricardo has to get points this weekend. He has to get points in the next like 3 races. I mean, Oscar's done for this session, but again, we only got 3 minutes and a half minutes left to go in this session. Right now, Norris is P1 with only 27. Stroll is P2. Oscar, despite having an issue, is P3. Is in the pits. He's back in the garage. Well, not yet. They're pulling. They're rolling his car to the garage at this point. What happened with Oscar? He had a hydraulic issue, and it shut the car down basically. He will be back for that's something that will be that can be replaced in the next hour or so. Better for that issue to happen now than to happen. And Oscar he never got out of his car. Again, we had 4 drivers in this session who were replacements. Ollie Bierman was in for Kegmag at Haas. Franco Colapino, so that's the COL driver. He's in Sargent's Williams car. He is the F2 driver for MP Motorsports. He's currently P5 in the F2 standings. He's tied with P4, but the P4 driver has an advantage. Isaac Kaja is in Perez's car, Red Bull. He's the F2 driver for Campos driver. He's current P2 in the drivers. He's only 11 points back from P1 in F2 from the lead. And then finally, Jack Doohan is in Gasly's Alpine car. He's the reserve driver for Alpine. So DOL is Doolin, HAD is Haja, and COL is Colapino, and then BEA is Beerman. Get used to that particular tag because Beerman will be in that I don't know if this is the car, but he will be in a Haas car next year, full time next year on the grid. So he's our new F1 driver. Means we will see an F1 driver leave the grid this year. Cookie Beer, he asked me. That's a new one. We got about a minute to go in this session right now. If you don't like or subscribe, that was a great time to do it. If you subscribe, you can hit the bell, get notifications when we go live, like FP2, FP3 tomorrow, quali tomorrow, and the race on Sunday. If this was a sprint weekend like it was last weekend, then the sprint quali and the sprint itself would have been covered. And then at the beginning of the year, we actually did do a sessions for the preseason. So how did Ollie do? He did P14. He's the best of the rookies. Doohan is next at P17. Colapino is P18, and Haja he just took over Yuki to be P19. Yuki ended up being beached into the he beached his car in the first 10 minutes of the session. So time has come to an end. You will see that barely sauce. You guys are horrible. So FP1 is over. We did get a red flag because of Yuki Tsunoda, beached his car in the gravel. Had some close calls. Oscar being one of those. Surprised that they did not red flag or yellow flag him. He did get into the pit lane though. And then ultimately we had 4 rookie drivers. Um, again, so that was Sargent, Perez, Gasly, and K Mag out for the rookie drivers. They'll be back in FP2. So we'll be back in about 2 hours. And then after that, basically, Rajat almost hit Norris, and he said he did not see him. So we'll last minute action before we go away. Yeah, Norris almost ran. Yeah, Hajjaj did not see Norris as part of the issue. So again, we'll be back in 2 hours. I'll be back about 5-10 minutes before the session starts. Live crash. Thanks, mate. See you later. Ciao by Gasly. Oh, you guys are being horrible. Yeah, you guys are being horrible. Hilariously, but still bad. Naughty boys and girls in chats. All right. I'm going to take off right now. I will see you in about 2 hours, and then have a good afternoon, good morning, good evening until we get back to FP2. Take care, everyone.